Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and the Tone Vays. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I'm great. I'm great. Down in Miami and pretty hot. Can't wait to go diving tomorrow morning.
Good. You've frozen on my end, so let's hope that that's not a recurring thing. Am I frozen on your end?
No, you're good. I think it's me this time.
All right. Well, let's push through this thing because I am very, very tired, and the price is interesting. It's worth talking about. So let's crack on. I am here as I speak right now on the daily time frame. It is an MRI top, and Tone will speak more to that. But we were able to luckily close yesterday's candle above the 7 simple moving average, and today has been interesting. We're right on that line right now on the weekly time frame. This could end the week well. But it's just still, like I said yesterday, it's a little bit tiny bit too early to try and decide what to make of it on the weekly time frame. It has had a big a massive big run up, and a serious correction. A lot of people on Twitter are like, "What is everybody talking about?" Well, what we're talking about is a nearly $8,000 drop in the price, and that any other time is a big deal. It's just that we ran up so high. I think right now is a really good spot to be. I'm very, very comfortable at 118. Very, very comfortable. The fact that we came back down, and as I always say, I don't like to be this far as we were away from the simple moving average. We've come back down and jumped back on it. I'm fine with that on the daily. Won't talk about the weekly. We'll go through that tomorrow. The 4 hours where the action is at for me on this intraday, on this in this midweek sort of show on a Wednesday show, we had a bit of a $8,000 correction off a fantastic red diamond, a trim diamond, which we had another previous one back here. That's great trims, bang bang, great trims. We came back down. We stayed above the 50 simple, which I thought we might have to come down and retest on, and now we've made our way back up. Had a great MRI count. We've closed above all the moving averages on the daily, and this candle that we're currently on right now has come back down and retested 30. So this is a really great candle. It's a really great setup for me because I would love to see this thing do what it's done, close above all the moving averages, come back down, retest the moving average to 30, and then now make its way back up. Really, really, I'm satisfied with where the price is right now. The fact that we came back and retested the 7 on the daily time frame, the fact that we've done this little reversal thing on the 4 hour, I really like it. I have no qualms about the price as it stands right now. I'll just quickly glance at the weekly. We are at the midweek, and I don't really have much else to say. So let's quickly glance at the midweek. And I mean, this is a default candle, so it's boring to look at. That should be red, starting from back at 119. It is really extended above, but I'm not concerned about it. There's nothing to say here. Some of those moving. This is the biggest thing, that we haven't cleared that divergence on the weekly that I called out, weeks ago, that we need to clear this. It has rejected. Let's see if it can build up the next momentum on the next attempt. I don't see this divergence holding at all. It's in place until it's been, not in place anymore. And at the moment, it's stood really strongly. Let's see us work our way back up on that 4 hour, curve it over, and break through it. But I don't know. It could go either way from this price. I'm coming back to you now, Tone. This is a short, sharp show. There's not much for me to talk about that we didn't speak about in previous weeks. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, join the Discord group, utilize the free bots that we have. They're all firing on all cylinders. Tone, what are you seeing, mate? Have you got any more clarity for us? You were pretty doomsday
I
yesterday,
was.
and the comment
I
section
was. I'm a
recommended
little
it.
calmer today, so let's take a look at it
Good,
today. Also had some sleep.
good.
So
Yeah,
what we got, here's the monthly chart. The monthly chart looks incredibly bullish. Zero concerns looking at the monthly candle. The weekly candle is kind of neutral right now. The MRI is very bullish. The MACD is very bullish. As Matt pointed out, there are serious concerns in the RSI, and for me personally, there are bigger concerns in the CMF. Very, very concerning. Now, this is actually a good sign. The AXA is in good form. I would love to see it go and make a new swing high into that 3 range, kind of timing us into September with the weekly MRI top. That would be nice. We are on extension B, which potentially has the ability to derail everything on the bull side with the weekly trend. So this is where the MRI is 50-50. The extension B ending as the final leg of all extensions, because we had extension A ended back in May, extension C also ended in May, and now we have early May versus late May. And now we have extension B ending in July, and there are no more extensions. So topping right here on this week is fully in line with a part of the MRI, preventing us from getting to an MRI top. This is very, very possible. So I would say the weekly chart right now is completely neutral. Now, if we get a close, this candle is also wrong. This candle should be red, not green. But the tone base volume is going to be red. So at least the volume, my volume, is accurate. Now, if this candle is able to actually properly close green above last week's candle, that's a start to telling us, hey, it looks like the trend count is more important than the extension ending. But that's only step one. We need both steps. We also need a new swing high and a new swing close. So I would need next week or the week after, ideally next week, to close us around 123,000 in order to no longer be concerned that extension B has ended the bullish trend. Now, the daily chart has topped. I will say it again. The daily chart has topped. I mean, I knew it topped on yesterday's candle. The moment yesterday's candle started trading below the closing low or the swing low, which are almost the same, we had this massive shooting star candle on Monday, July 14th. The moment yesterday's candle started trading below that candle, that's confirmation that the shooting star candle is confirmed. Today's candle has not changed anything. We have printed an MRI top. I really wanted to see this MRI top at the top, but it's already happening on the way down. That's okay. So to me, the daily has topped. The question is, what kind of a top is it? Is it a 1 to 4 candle correction followed by more upside, or is it something more substantial? We will know the answer to this by the end of this week. Right now, it's impossible to tell. All I can say right now is I would not be taking on any bullish trades in Bitcoin until you get a new high daily close, or we have a 4 candle correction coming into an area of support. Where is this support? Well, we have a quickly rising 20 period moving average, but there is no way, there is a way, of course. We could get to it in 4 days, but that means Bitcoin would have to crash all the way down to about $12,000 in the next 2 to 3 days. You can also say that yesterday's candle is part of that 1 to 4 candle correction. This is where you get a little bit of wiggle room here. I may or may not factor in yesterday's candle in the 1 to 4 candle correction. I don't know yet. We will see. All I say right now is, hey, if you did not panic sell at the bottom yesterday, as I kind of advised not to do, you may want to patiently sell today. That's what I would do. And I would be more than happy to be wrong and re-enter the bullish trade on the next green star candle, which will not come today. It will not come tomorrow, but it may come on Friday. I hate buying things on Friday leading into the weekend. Not something I like doing personally. Okay. So I would wait until we get back above 120. Ideally, this happens with a green star candle, and ideally, this happens on Monday. As of for now, we have very strong support between 111 and 112. And by the time we get there, we may even have the 50-period moving average in that zone, which makes it even stronger. But if the price of Bitcoin goes below 107, I would be incredibly concerned. I don't want to see us go below 110. And sometimes you want to see the price crash as fast as possible. But in this case, I actually want to see us go down as slow as possible. And while we're going down as slow as possible, I don't want to see us break the MRI count on a weekly scale. We can fall for a week or two without breaking it and then reverse. So at the moment, I am completely neutral with a slight bearish lean based on the daily chart. Now, real quick, let's look at the 1 hour candle. The 1 hour candle is on a red star candle, giving us bearish vibes. So I wouldn't rush into any trades right now either. And the 4 hour candles actually look pretty bullish. It should be a green star candle here. So the 4 hour candle actually looks good. Would have been nice if we reached an MRI buy on the 4 hour, which we missed. But this green star candle gives us optimism. So let's see. But if we do make it to an MRI top with the 4 hour on a lower top, without able to break 120 and reverse back down, that's concerning. The 4 hour chart is telling us one more very critical piece of information. You have your line of collapse right here. This is as clear as day. If the 4 hour candle starts, I would even be comfortable raising that. If the 4 hour candle starts to move below 116 and a half, I think we are gonna fall and fairly quickly down to 110, 111. This is I don't have a clear line here. I can like draw a little box. So this is the box of support. All right, come on. This is a very good box of support. And the moment the 4 hour chart starts or gives me a closing candle below 116 and a half, and I use that term very loosely because if, let's say, a 4 hour candle, if let's say the first 20 minutes of a 4 hour candle start to quickly break this line, I'm not going to sit here and wait for the 4 hour candle to close. For all I know, by the time the 4 hour candle closes, we're already going to be at 112, right? But at the same time, if we're breaking this line on the last 15 minutes of a 4 hour candle, that's very, very clear to me that we're closing below the line. So I don't want to use this as a candle's close. I kind of want to say use your judgment. Is it happening in the beginning of a candle or at the end of a candle? And how fast is it breaking that line? What kind of momentum is breaking that line? But you have a little tiny box that, like, it's not even a support box. Like, I wouldn't call this a support box at all. This isn't a support box. This is a box you should not be anywhere near. If you are anywhere near this area, Bitcoin price is probably in trouble. So I would be incredibly concerned if we are sniffing this box up here at 116 and a half. Okay. All right. On this note, I am done talking about Bitcoin. Matt, any comments on what I said?
Yeah, I do, because I agree completely with that box of yours and that line of Bitcoin looks like it's further downside past that box. But prior to that box, I'm interested in a buy on Bitcoin as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I it's both. You know, it's the best buys are when you have the first thing I look for when I'm looking to enter Bitcoin is where is my stop loss going to be. That's the first thing I look for, and I would like to get as almost as close as possible to that. Like, look, if you zoom in a little bit, when you see where the 7 simple moving averages, which is that blue line, I'd be interested in a buy on that line. You know, which is a higher low, which would be great, you know, or if we can make this candle go green, I'd be very interested in a buy, but I know where my stop loss is going to be. So I agree with you. I agree. And I'm not bearish yet until we pass that line. Did I lose your volume? I've lost your mic there, Tone.
Yeah, my microphone's died, so I am on my computer audio now. Someone asked in the live chat if I'm watching.
To Tone
Can
Vays.
you hear me? Wait.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Someone in the live chat asked if I'm 100% long in my retirement account. The answer is yes, and that's why I was so upset yesterday on yesterday's stream, because I totally botched an exit that I was 100% sure I was going to make, and I still fucking missed it. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But
someone there was a funny comment right now. Somebody said Matt agrees with Tone 95% of the time, and that's true. But if you watch this show regularly, you'll see if I'm going first, and a lot of the time Tone says exactly what I said as well. I learned from
that's actually one of my really, really good friends, Winston, who I hang out with often, and I think that's I think that's a reference to how Tyler Jakes used to agree with me all the time. But
Winston, calm down, pipe down.
Look, I just want to reiterate one more time: these two boxes that I drew couldn't be any more different. The red one is an indication that we're about to crash further, and the green one is a buy zone. They cannot be any more different. And yep. Matt's buying opportunity at the 7 is great because you have such a tight stop loss where you know you've made a mistake.
Yeah, that's how I trade. Exactly like that. Exactly.
Here is our cycles. We are still underperforming. Bitcoin is also underperforming the shit coins, which is disappointing. Gold is not doing anything interesting. Oil is... Okay, so see, here's the same exact thing for oil. Here is the... over here, I don't need to draw a box. I can just draw a line. I don't know why these things disappeared. And right here is a line for oil. And below this line, it also happens to match an MRI support zone. And below this line, oil will probably go lower. Oil is probably the hardest thing to track with TA right now with all the shit going on in the Middle East. The S&P 500 is, I like this consolidation. This consolidation is bullish to me. I'm actually going to raise these lines because you have the moving average coming up quick. You have another moving average here. You did have extension C ending. And the S&P, this consolidation at the top is very bullish to me. It is not bearish. So if the S&P consolidates, the rest of the week and it starts to go up next week, that looks very good for Bitcoin. The 10 a.m. reversal was right on the money again, this time in the S&P 500. How did it do on the Bitcoin chart? On the Bitcoin chart, it didn't do anything. Here is... on the Bitcoin chart, it reversed to the downside. On the S&P chart, it reversed to the upside. It didn't reverse by much. Here's a 5-minute chart. If I was trading the 10 a.m. reversal, where am I entering the trade? I'm probably entering the trade. Let me get this window up again. I'm probably entering the trade around on this candle here at 10:10. Somewhere in this area, I'm entering the trade. And I'm still in that trade. It's not making me much money, but it's making me some money. And my stop loss, my initial stop loss, would have been at the swing low, which is dangerously far away from my entry. So I would have moved it up as soon as I could. The moment this green candle closed, I'm moving it up to the bottom of that candle. And the moment this higher low was established, I'm moving it there. And the moment the current candle ends, I'm moving the stop loss into break even. So how much time does this candle have? 3 more minutes. So my stop loss would still be down here. And now I'm praying that that stop loss doesn't get hit. I'm praying this is a green candle so I can move my stop loss into break even. Otherwise, I'm losing a few bucks on this trade. Would I get out of my retirement account 100%? No, absolutely not. The monthly is still bullish, but I would get out as much as 50% if the price of Bitcoin on the daily, where's my thing here? If we actually start to fall below 116 and a half, I'm probably going to dump 50% of my long. I am that concerned that a move below 116 and a half will immediately crash to 110. And my thing is there is absolutely nothing here. This is like completely empty space. And if we fall below 116 and a half, I'm not saying we're hitting a bear market. I'm not saying we're going to go down to 70,000. I'm just saying that in 20 minutes, we can go from 116 and a half to 109. And I'm immediately exiting at 116.
I don't know, mate. I don't think that the air gets sucked out of the tires in a day. I still think there's terrific upside. Everything that we said 3 days ago is still on the cards for me. And I think that we have a really, really good chance of recovering from the $8,000 dip that we've had.
No,
That's just me.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that if we fall below 116 and a half, I think we're crashing. But someone else asked, what are the chances we break 120,000 today? I think the chances are actually pretty high. I think the chances are actually pretty high. I'm actually in a more calm state thinking that the bottom from the top might actually be in. I'm optimistic about this. I think the chances of us going below 116 is like 45%. So I am slightly leaning towards optimism that the bottom from the crash is in, which is also why I suggested not to panic sell during our stream yesterday, because we were sitting at that 116 area when we did the stream. So right now, I'm actually fairly optimistic. But if at any point today we are crossing 116 and a half to the downside, I am out.
Yeah, and I think that what you've drawn there is critical. I never get bearish until I have a reason to. And for that line you've drawn in there is lovely. I see this as a bullish posture. I see this candle closing, this 4-hour candle that you're looking at right now, closing green, having retested that 30. I think we'll come back up and close green on this candle. I think it's onwards and upwards. But I can change my opinion very quickly if Tone's box that he's drawn in there is invalidated, and I'd be looking at a short at that point. And then I'd be also looking to rebuy when we get lower. So I agree with you. I agree with you 96.8%, as the previous comments.
All right, so here we are. So I would, in hindsight, I would now be creating a break-even stop loss, slightly above break-even, to make sure I get a steak or a coffee later. And I believe that stop loss was just hit, and I would have made about 50 bucks on this trade. And I am out of this trade. It was taking way too long to develop, but at least I didn't lose any money. That would have been my S&P trade off the 10 a.m. reversal. I mean, I could have kept my stop loss at the MRI support line, but that also means that at this point, I would be potentially losing money. And look, if the S&P goes up, Bitcoin should be okay. Let me put these back on dailies, and then I'm going to take a look at Nvidia, and then we're probably going to call it a day. One of our viewers shorted Nvidia, and I'm very curious if that was a wise decision, Cotton. I don't know. Someone in the live chat said, "Tom, can you look at Nvidia? I took a short." I don't know who it was.
Oh, somebody just said Matt and Tone Silver deserves talking about. Are you new? This Tone's going to tell you a new a-hole if he brings up silver, but maybe it does look like it's breaking out. I've seen some pictures of it where it looks like it is breaking out.
We can glance at
Tone,
silver, maybe.
Tone, Tone hates silver.
I don't hate it for short-term trades. I just hate it as a long-term investment. I think it's a terrible.
Right.
I think investing long-term in silver is very similar to investing long-term in Litecoin.
I just think that there's
And
better
here's
value
Litecoin.
elsewhere. And if you read the, what's called the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean, he illustrates why he thinks that's, and I happen to agree.
Oh, this is not a wise move, Cotton. Wow. Like, so the Nvidia looks unreasonably bullish on a monthly scale.
Yeah.
And it looks even more bullish on a weekly scale. So your only hope is that the daily topped, which it did, but you are going against the weekly and monthly trends, which is potentially dangerous. But like, when did you short it? I mean, if you shorted it yesterday at the top of the candle, in the upper half of the candle, you're so far doing well. I would, at the moment, my stop loss would be at the top of the today's body. So this is where my stop loss would be for this trade. And there's a but coming though. I would love for you to, whoever that person was, the Nvidia person, I would love for you to put your entry, your short entry. What price was it at? Because I would already be setting a break-even stop loss on this trade. So it really depends if you shorted, at 169.70 or if you shorted at 172 and a half, right? There's a big difference there. So I would set my stop loss no lower than the top of today's body, but it also needs to be lower than your entry so that you are guaranteed a profit on the trade. So therefore, that's what I would do. Because if you shorted it at 172 and above, then I would be comfortable having a stop loss above today's high. But if you shorted earlier, then I would drop my stop loss to there. So if you want to post your entry price, that would be great.
It was Sand Snake 03. Just
Sand Snake, yeah, he's an avid follower of this channel. Okay, and
Sure is.
finally, we can glance at silver. Let's go to. Oh, where are the rest? Where are my lists? Where are the rest of the open lists? Okay.
You're in U.S. stocks.
No, I need commodities. There it is. Silver.
There is.
I had a silver chart with some graphics on it, but so silver is. Well, silver stopped. Look at that. Weekly MRI top on silver. And look at the last time we had a weekly MRI top on silver. It went down for like 3 months. And then we had extensions A and C, and then it crashed right after that. And now we had extension C last week and an MRI top and B. We had extension C and B last week and an MRI top this week. So that's it. Silver, put a fork in silver for now. Look at how good the weekly MRI tops have been on silver and extensions. So I hope you're not still in silver. You got to get out this week. And on a monthly scale, it's still pretty bullish.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Weekly, it's done. And the daily, so tomorrow it'll likely flip the MRI count and break the moving averages. So I would be very, very cautious on silver right now. On the FX side, dollar euro, I don't understand how euro is so strong. I really don't get it. This is euro in dollars. So it's going down finally. And I don't understand how the euro is still alive. Again, another asset that respects the MRI nicely, but we are on an MRI buy, so I don't know what to think here. This is I guess, short-term 1 to 4 candle correction to the upside. Look at the beautiful reversals of the MRI buy here and here, back in July and back in April. And we have an MRI buy, but it's a bearish candle. So I would wait for some strength and then maybe buy into the euro, but I would never buy into the euro because I think fundamentally it's broken.
Hey, Tone, have you done much Forex trading?
No, none, ever, actually.
No, me too.
Never.
I've never done any of it. You won't believe how popular Forex trading is here in Japan. It's what crypto is in the rest of the world.
Oh, no.
The
I
places
completely
I've been
understand.
to.
FX trading is the highest volume trading. It is also the most predatory of all TA education and all TA groups, because FX trading, if you think 100x leverage on, I don't know, name the exchange, Bybit or whatever, BitGet, if you think 100x leverage trading is crazy in crypto, wait till you start FX trading. They start at 30x. All right, that's like the cheapest entry into an FX trade is like 30 or 40x leverage, right? Like I think they top out at like 1,000x. No, it's FX trading is fucking insane. I've never done it. I never wanted to do it, and I think it's the most predatory of all. Everything that's wrong with predatory education and technical analysis begins and ends with FX trading.
Well, I mean, my 78-year-old kickboxing coach trades Forex. He's also a PhD in anthropology and works at the university and everything like that. But he's trading Forex. He loves it. And it's just like gambling over here, just small money here and there, because you don't need much money because of the leverage. But because of the taxes on crypto here at 55% as it stands right now on capital gains, it hasn't kicked off in Japan. Crypto is not a thing here. Yeah. It's just not. But Forex is, there you go.
All right. I will say that at least if you're trading the top pairs in Forex, there isn't much manipulation because it's such massive markets. But the predatory, fees that they charge and all of the gurus that teach you how to make money FX trading, that is so bad. And it's worse than in any other asset class that we have. Maybe crypto scammers compete with that.
But I mean, they're talking about such small money. Like they're like, "Oh, I made $50 last week. It was amazing."
People are asking, "Where is gold?" Gold's nowhere. It's not moving. So it's gold's consolidating, unlike silver, which I think is stopped. Okay, all right, guys. I gotta get to the rest of my day. Lots going on here. And thank you all for watching. I'm going to glance at Bitcoin one more time. It's looking good. I'm going to glance at short time.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Can you go to Bitcoin on the 4 hour, mate? Is that candle turn green? Yeah, that's what I said. Look at that. Can you zoom in? This is textbook. This is what I said. Coming back and retest the breakout with the MRI, coming back and retesting the 30, and then putting this candle green. Go back and watch the start of this video. That's what I said. I like Bitcoin. Let's go. And we've got 430 viewers right now. Nice. That is brilliant.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Matt, close us out.
Yeah, look, that having 433 viewers as it stands right now watching a live show on Bitcoin, that's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. We'll bring you a show, but we might bring you a show tomorrow because the price of Bitcoin, I think, is recovered. Let's go. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.